It doesn't give me and all right.
Yes.
Now I get the alert. All right. So good morning, everybody. Uh, we start our session now. The week that was and the week that is expected to be. Hopefully, what we discussed last week was helpful to all of us in trading activity. We had clearly spoken about the four tech stocks, where we had mentioned specifically about what to expect, what not to expect, as well as since the last 4 weeks now, we are talking about from sell on rise to buy on dips market changing. We also told you that the broader market of on Dow Jones is looking strong, but Nasdaq was not. And true to our speculations or to our analysis, Nasdaq is still looking weaker than Dow. So the broader market Dow Jones is looking strong, right? So without wasting much time, let's start the analysis again. As we normally do, our analysis will always start month, week, and then the day. I'll start off with Dow Jones first, pick up Nasdaq, and in case if somebody wants, we can also do the FTSE, the British index. But that there specifically, things have just changed with the new prime minister coming in. Let's see what happens there, right? So, because their trading or their movement will also partially affect the world markets. So we'll first take Dow, then take Nasdaq, then FTSE, a fleeting analysis, and thereafter, whatever stocks you'll want. So without wasting much time, once you can see my charts, let me know. Lovely. I'm sure you can see my charts now. Great.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, as already kept ready, we are on Dow Jones monthly chart. Now, first observation over here, I wonder if you have realized this. This month movement, it's a bearish engulfing Marubazu. And if you look at the open and the low, the difference is just about 200 points. So open and close is a movement of about 4,000 points in just 1 month. And the month is not yet completed. We still have Monday to complete it. But so far, between the open and the close, as on Friday, they have almost covered 4,000 points. Now, go back in history. I can't show that to you on the Yahoo Finance, but go back in history, and this is the second largest monthly jump since 1987. Second largest monthly jump since 1987. It's a very important statement to make, but that is a fact. And it's a bullish, bearish Marubazu on a monthly chart. Clear? Now, those of you who are observing my charts very carefully, I have added one more moving average, simple moving average indicator to the chart. That is moving average 65. I am studying this, a new strategy coming up. That is why this has been added up. Now, on your monthly chart, your 20 moving average is over here at 33. 8 is over here. 34 is at 30.827. 65 is at 28 and 200 is over here. Almost in the clear ascending order except for 8 and 20. Except for 8 and 20. The 8 is below 20 is the reason why you are seeing the red or the bearish super trend, but with a bullish engulfing Marubazu on a monthly chart, this becomes your first target, 36,566 on a monthly chart. That means another 4,000 points away. So don't expect this target in the month of November, but by December end or January, this should be almost touched. Why is bring in January? Because your markets will have, North American markets will have very low trading from the 22nd or the 21st of December. So you only have November, 3 weeks of December, and that is why this could be touching in January also, right? But that can be expected, and that is where you will look at Dow Jones being on a all-time high monthly chart. Second issue, your MACD curvature has already turned up. CCI has given you a W with a lower low turning. Stochastic is at 25 and 25, which is just about to turn positive and at the perfect price. So when the time this crossover happens, this will be nearer to the zero line and it will give you a big uptick. Expect a huge momentum shortly. So long term for Dow Jones on a monthly chart looks very, very positive. Let's take the weekly chart. I will come back to this when I'm comparing this with Nasdaq also. In weekly chart, your super trend has definitely turned, and look at the histogram turning here. Look at the crossover happened over here and the curvature. CCI has turned positive and stochastic has just crossed and turned, opened up. So this will now shoot, right? Another issue, all with good increasing volumes. Third, not three, four white soldiers. Four white soldiers. So things are moving up and looking nice. First, this resistance has been crossed at 32,500. Next target is at the red super trend level, 34,124, which is about 1,500 points further, 1,400 points further. After that, 35,169 and 36,000. But look at the last two weekly candles, strong Marubazu candles. And the last candle specifically gave you almost about 1,700 points run in just 1 week. That is the extent of the strength in Dow Jones. So look for a high target. Do remember these values, weekly levels, 34,125 or 124, which is about 300 points or 270 points from now. Next level is 35, 150, 160, and this would be 36,000. Do remember these levels because you will realize the minute we take it on a day chart, how things have changed. Now, on a day chart, look at the angle. It is already close above your 200-day moving average. That talks about strength coming into Dow Jones very strong. Very strongly, right? Another observation, the crossover happened somewhere over here, moved up. Look at the angle of this trend. This is not 60 degrees or 45 degrees. This is approximately about 70-75 degree angle. Look at the angle of the super trend shooting up. It indicates the strength to you. Look at the volume in the last 6 days. Clear?
Sir, also the 200 moving average seems to be coming into the Bollinger Band.
Yes.
It's set to come in or it's come in.
Yes. So minute
Just
200-day
that
moving average comes within the Bollinger Band, this will start rising further. Because when 200 comes within the Bollinger Band, finally it will have to come below the Bollinger Band. Finally, it will have to come below the Bollinger Band. Currently, if you look at it, your 8 is about to cross your 65. Your 8 is about to cross the 65, which is the new moving average that I'm introducing to you today. Right? Your 34 is right over here, below the mid Bollinger Band. So your 8, 20, 34 are in order. Slowly, your 65 will come below 34 and 200 will come absolutely at the rock bottom. And that would mean all your moving averages are talking about one upside trend happening on Dow Jones. Clear? Now, over here, if you look at it, your targets, the support trend gives you a wonderful idea. This was the resistance at the red support trend, which has been crossed, 30 to 500. After this, your next resistance is this level and this level, which are almost similar. The red super trend and the green super trend here, this super trend red and this green horizontal super trend are almost similar, which is 32 or 33,000. Expect that to be taken out on Monday. Monday, 33 should be taken out. After that, your next level is 33,500. Correlate to what we had just said. Then 33,800, which is almost 1,000 points from now. Then this levels 34 and 34,600. So don't expect that within days, but yes, it's around. Get ready to. That is why I said now we are buy or dips scenario. The only factor is you are in an upper Bollinger Band. Your stochastic is at 90, CCI at 139. You may get a green open on Monday and a small dip to correct and again take a rally. Because you are the upper Bollinger Band. Now, very clearly, if you remember what we have taught you in the Bollinger Bands, the upper Bollinger Band is expanding, ballooning at an angle of 65 to 70 degrees. The lower Bollinger Band is not ballooning down, but has turned flat and tried to curve up. Now, over here, if you remember the strategy that we have always explained to you, the hose pipe, water pipe, what are we squeezing? We are squeezing the lower Bollinger Band. We are controlling the flow of the throw of the water by controlling the lower Bollinger Band. So the throw has to go up. So expect that to happen on Monday, a green opening. After that, a small correction, which will be a profit booking, wherein they will trap the retail bears. Oh, look, profit booking is started. Let's start selling. Or whatever happens, and then thereafter again the uptick rally will continue. Why? Because the lower Bollinger Band has turned flat. It did not balloon and go down. It is turned flat to follow the upper Bollinger Band, and that is the way market will trade. But this is Dow. This is not Nasdaq. The Nasdaq has a different analysis. Clear? Any questions so far on this? All right. So let's take, oh God, this is what happens when you don't follow it. Now look at monthly chart of Nasdaq and look at the monthly chart of Dow Jones. This is the monthly of Dow, bullish engulfing Marubazu. Monthly of Nasdaq, inside bar. bullish harami. Anybody can see these two candles and say bullish harami? The baby in the pouch, the baby in the belly, pregnant lady. This is bullish harami, right? But now look at the difference between Nasdaq and Dow Jones. Stochastic not yet, though the histograms have been reducing in height. Stochastic is not yet talking about a crossover happening. CCI flattish at 150 or 107 flattish. Stochastic not yet crossing over, though you are in the small two-digit numbers. You're at 12 or 13 and 17, right? So, and the volume is also not happening regularly green. So, the tech stocks will be in trouble. Fourth, your super trend on the monthly has not yet turned flat. Has not yet turned flat. Clear? Watch this on a weekly chart. And Dow Jones also on a weekly chart. Look at the Dow Jones climb. Almost at an angle of 85 degrees in the trend line, weekly chart. Whereas Nasdaq, a U shape. And you are below the 200-day moving average on Nasdaq. The only good point is on a weekly chart, 3 weeks has been negated by 2 weeks of rise, and the close over here is at the center point of this candle. Right? Number one. Number two, super trend has turned flat. Number three, histogram and MACD MACD crossover is on the verge, and CCI has clearly turned up. And your stochastic levels are now crossover has taken place, which is why your 2 weekly candles is giving you that aspect, and you're close to your 200-day moving average, which is over here at 11,200 or 11,191. Clear? Week. Day chart. This is Dow Jones. You have crossed above your 200-day moving average. 200-day moving average on Nasdaq is still very far away from your upper Bollinger Band. So 200, 65, 34, 8 and 20 is just 8 and 20, which is now given you a crossover over here, which is the reason why super trend gave you the bullish super trend. But with the bullish super trend, it immediately turned flat. Now, if this price has to go up, your super trend cannot remain flat. It has to curve up and start climbing up. But the last day, Nasdaq, if you look at it, it's a bullish engulfing, again Marubazu. Bullish engulfing Marubazu, closing to the top of the week. Closing towards the top of the week. The top of the week is at this level. 11,196. You're about 100 points away on Nasdaq. Right? Now, in Nasdaq, I'll expect a continuation on Monday. First target on Nasdaq is 11,450 for 11,500. 11,450, 11,500 on Nasdaq. Expect that this week. So possibly Monday or by Wednesday, you can expect 11,400, 450 or 11,500. So you will take your trades accordingly. Next target after that is 12,000 or 12,050. Now this becomes a psychological barrier. If you look at this green support trend over here and this trend over here is almost similar. 11,600, 11,450, right? If you're taking entry into NASDAQ, your stop loss is your Friday's low. So 10,750 should be your stop loss if you are taking a trade on NASDAQ. Let's take a 4-hourly chart also, and you will realize this why I'm taking 4-hourly charts. First half of Friday, it gave you a boost up, and then it just narrow trading range. Now Monday again, it will give you a big tick, and then again a narrow range. Always first half big tick, second half narrow. First half big range, second half narrow. First half big range, second half narrow. So first half big range, second half narrow range, depending upon how the broader markets will move. On a 4-hourly chart basis, this is your first resistance, 11,180 or 12,000 or 11,200. Or this is up to 11,255. Clear? Thereafter, of course, that is a very big faraway number, 11,700. But this is a resistance as seen over here, and shown by support trend also. 1, 2, and this support trend level. Resistance 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times this has been touched. This will definitely be broken on Monday morning. So I'm expecting a gap up on Monday morning and 11,075 to get broken very conclusively on the upside. And 11,260 or 250 should be the next resistance levels for you. Thereafter, this is the level, but this is going to be far away. Clear, guys? So NASDAQ done. This done.
Want to cover Vivek's request TQQ now or later?
You want to take TQQ now? All right. Like NASDAQ, bullish Harami. Clear? But support trend acutely down. No chance of turning flat. That is exactly what I told you about on a monthly chart for NASDAQ. Check it out on a weekly chart. Trend reversal in a U-shaped reversal, turning flat. 200-day moving average is within the Bollinger Band, which is a very good sign. So even an uptick, this is the target you can expect in the next few weeks. 2981, currently at 2170. In the next few weeks, because this is a weekly chart, right? I would look at this 2350 as my first target, or 24 as my first target, which is the support over here, will now act like a resistance here. So 23, 24 or 2430 is my first target. Then next target is over here at 27.50, 28. Third target 30 at the support trend. Thereafter 33, 33, 25. Thereafter 37, 75 and 38. And thereafter 40 and 41. But this is on a weekly chart. So expect these levels over a period of November, December, Jan. Unless things suddenly move. And of course, the war, Ukraine dispute or conflict is brought to an end. Then this will move very fast because then the broader market will move and technology or tech stocks will move accordingly. Day chart, TQQ has turned, Supertrend has turned bullish, but turned flattish immediately. Turned bullish and turned flattish. It has not yet given you momentum or curving climbing up, which is why your first target is at this level. 22, 25, 22, 50. 22, 25, 22, 50. Why do we say this? Look at this. Let me draw the line over here because then I can actually pinpoint. One, two, three, four, five. 5 times this line has been touched or whiskered. Right? Earlier it was the support over here. This was broken. It became the resistance. Now this is the 5th time or the 6th time this resistance will be tested. Don't expect a resistance which has been tested so often to hold now. So the testing of the resistance is almost done. If this on Monday breaks out, this level will now act like your support. So expect that movement to go up. Bollinger Band clearly tells you the lower Bollinger Band has turned flat, completely flat, which is the reason why the price is not being allowed to come to lower Bollinger Band but being pushed up. So wait for it to go up. It will break up, but don't expect a very high volume or high momentum or a high run. Don't expect a very strong run. Why? Because it will go up and be brought down back. Why do we say that? Very clear. Look at the stochastic level turning from here. October the 10th, October the 12th, it is at 8. Currently, it is at 72. CCI has fallen and reversed. The crossover happened and the entry into histograms happened almost 6 to 8 histograms later. So don't expect a very strong momentum climb by TQQ, as we have already discussed on NASDAQ also, it will not be there. Dow Jones, yes. NASDAQ, no. And look at this intertwining of these histograms. Almost close to the flat around the zero line. I would say not only over here, look at it happening over here too. So don't expect a very big jump. However, targets given to you, even if you're buying TQQ, your low for Friday at 1971. So 1950 should be your stop loss levels, not even your super trend level, which is at 1776. I would say 1950, or if you're brave enough, $19. That's $2 away. First target, as I just told you, is this resistance level at 22.32, and then thereafter 24.50, 24.70, 25.30, 25.50. I don't think this will come to 28. At this level at 26, 27, it should get resistance by the 65 moving average and brought down back. Clear? Vivek, does it answer you? Oh, that was, yes, that was Vivek. All right. Um, let's try. I promised FTSE, so I'll just give you a quick glimpse on FTSE also. Though it is not concerning our markets, North American easily, but we all know how turbulent the economy has been of Great Britain. And on a monthly chart, he's given you a bullish Harari, but very clearly super trend down, flat, bullish but flat. So currently at 7,050, you may feel the pressure coming down, but bullish Harami, look at the volumes dipping. Volumes have just picked up, but the histograms are below the zero line and the MACD and the signal line are coming down, are clearly coming down. CCI, clearly downward trend. Stochastic has turned negative, down, bearish and down on a monthly chart. So you can expect more tough times for FTSE on monthly chart. Check it out the weekly. Like we saw in Nasdaq, a U-shaped recovery has taken place. Two white soldiers, the third about to be about possible on a weekly chart. Advantage or plus points. Number one, super trend has turned flat, so the price will go up and try and hit this. Number two, histograms are reducing in size and crossover on the verge of happening. CCI curving up, stochastic positive crossover has already happened. It's now at 28 and 23. Right? This is the weekly chart. In this case, if I may just continue further on a weekly chart, this was the support which it has now crossed over at this level. Support taken at 1, 2, 3, 4 days. 4 weeks, sorry, not days, but weeks. Tested over here also. So support has now been broken. It will now act like your support at the, it will now act like a support in the future. Also on the weekly chart, it is above the 200-day moving average. Clear? Your first targets in this case is your 20 moving average, which is almost over here. 7,140, about 100 points more uptick is possible because of these two ticks, which is also the super trend levels over here, the flattish super trend levels here. After that, this is your next target, 7,450, 7,475, 480. You could look at this level also at your resistance, 7,200, which is not much to look at. But I will look at it this level, 7,355 interim, and then 7,450 or 475 next. After that, 7,500 and above. But these are weekly charts, so long run expected, long time. The day chart clearly tells you the super trend level, and which is why it touched and gave you a red candle on the last day of Friday. Now, on Friday, your histograms have also started dipping and your CCI has also curved down. Also, if you look at your MACD levels, this is turning flat. After a 45-degree climb, it's turned flat. What does that indicate to you? Signal line turning flat, it means it is getting exhausted and may come down. Works well with the other analysis of FTSE also. Clear? That was FTSE. Yes.
I would like to share my perspective because Rishi Sunak was associated with hedge funds. So in the short term, he might tend to bring the market up. And in the longer term, once his financial policies are in place, he might bring policies which could positively affect the market, UK market.
Highly possible. Highly possible. But then keep one thing in mind. His announcement, when it came, post Diwali, has seen the market go up on a day chart, which is over here. 21st, 20th October, 21st, and thereafter it has seen that, and now exhaustion is coming in. Now, politically, my expectations are honeymoon period for the politicians, specifically in the developed world, does not last for 6 months or 9 months. It lasts only for a week or 10 days. Unfortunately for Rishi, Mr. Sunak has come into filled a shoe already where the thorns are well entrenched, well grown, and strong. So he will find it tough. He is in a bad, the country is in a bad state of affairs. So he is going to find it tough. Right? So that hedge fund experience, the way to manipulate an economy, which practically every political leader has taken care of it since Diwali onwards. And now, my expectations, and I hope I'm proved wrong for the sake of the British people around. I hope I'm proved wrong, but it should give you a small dip correction again. Right? All right. That was the four indexes, sorry. We have added FTSE today also. Now, anybody wants me to add up or pick up a stock?
So can we look at TSX also, please?
TSX, you'll have to give me the code on
Sir, the index.
TSX.
It is not giving me the TSX.
TSE, I guess.
TSE.
No, it's not. Okay. Okay, probably so for next time I'll look at
Just
the
search
code.
for it in the meantime. Just search in the meantime. I'll take up a stock in the meantime.
Yeah, so
Sure.
meantime you can take SPY.
Yes,
Manir has
SPY. SPY or SPX or SPV?
SPY is fine.
Yeah.
SPX is the index. SPX is the index.
No, I think let's take SPY only. That's not a problem. People are trading SPY, so why trade both over the index? Now this is a monthly chart. Monthly closing almost near the open of the previous month, which is very nice. Which is very nice if you ask me. But contrary to Dow Jones, I don't like this chart much yet. The first resistance is at 403. That's another about $13-14 above, 13-14 points. Super trend still turned down. It was turning flat. It turned down. That means there is bearishness still in the trade. Fallen down. Curving not happened, though CCI has curved up, and stochastic not yet crossover, not yet done. Bullish crossover not yet done on stochastic. In MACD, your lines have just turned flat and about to go up. But this is the monthly chart. So it will take time before SPY really gives you the move up. Let's take it weekly. Two white soldiers, third in the forming. So this was the resistance on this duration, which is almost touched. Next level will be over here 4010 and then 427. In the weekly chart, your super trend has turned flat, which is indicative of it to go up, and you're above your 200-day moving average, and the MACD crossover has happened. Weekly chart looks stronger than the monthly chart. Now for you, those who are trading this, you require your day chart levels clearly there. Bullish engulfing Marubazu. Bullish engulfing Marubazu. 8 crossing 20, 8 crossing 34, 65 moving average on the next crossover, expected to be taken out on Monday comfortably and conclusively. So if this is to be continued, which it will, because the crossover has happened and the negative crossover on the MACD not yet seen. CCI fell down and again picked up. Stochastic is again at 80 levels, which is very good, So your next level or next target, if you ask me, this gap has been filled by this Marubazu. This gap on 15th and 16th of September has been filled by this Marubazu. Look at the low on this gap, 388. You are now at 389. That low and this gap has been filled. If the gap has been filled, your 65 EMA and your this super trend flattening, which is a very short duration, are almost similar at 392. So I expect your 65 to be broken out positively on Monday morning. I'm expecting a gap up opening on Monday. First targets, if you're holding this, would be around this level, 400. 400 or 400 and 0.25, first target. Thereafter, 405. And then you come up to the next level of 410. 920 and 410. That's the first, all targets given to you on day charts. Now, all these targets which are given to you, possibly look for it in this week, next 1 week, if this trend has to continue further. However, as I always say, keep booking your profits at regular intervals. So 390, if anybody holding this, 392, 400, 407, 408. And then thereafter 410. So next 1 week or upper limit 2 weeks, these targets should be held if this candle has to continue. All right. Anybody else? Anything else you all want me to discuss?
Can we look at Amazon?
Amazon, AMZ. This is the day chart of Amazon. Gap down. Oh, that means I can't see a support here because it's a day chart. So I must actually now pick up monthly. Monthly, 3 black crows. Where are you? You are at this level just now at 99, which was the resistance earlier, now acting like a support. Right? However, super trend turns bearish, mid Bollinger Band curving down, lower Bollinger Band curving down, upper Bollinger Band expanding up. If upper Bollinger Band is expanding up and this is curving down, expect more downside. So expect this price to come to 84, 85. As this is in continuation to what we said last time, Amazon will see a dip further. And this is on a monthly chart. Check it on weekly. Super trend turning flat. Weekly bearish engulfing. Clear bearish engulfing. The week doesn't show me anything till July 2020. No support here till July 2020. Unless I actually move this over here. And you are just now on a weekly chart, you are below the 200-day moving average. Now, wait that you see your first support levels. 94, that's $10 below. Then somewhere over here at 85, 86, which is exactly what we told you in the monthly chart also. 81. Weekly chart down. Now, the upper Bollinger Band has turned flat on a weekly chart, whereas the lower Bollinger Band is now curved up, flattened, and again curving down. That means my upper remains capped. I'm putting pressure from top to sell it downwards. So expect a downward movement. This is weekly. Last week, bearish engulfing candle, good volume. MACD completely down, no signs of reversal. CCI down, stochastic also down, no sign of reversal. Day charts. Super trend turned flat and down. Now, why did it bounce back from here? That means it opened at 97. We told you 99 or 100 is a support. It bounced back from there. It has a huge gap to fill of almost $7. That's a 7% after the gap down. It still has the 7% to be caught up to fill the gap after the gap down. Huge selling volume. Look at CCI, the way it had dipped. Look at stochastic, clearly opened up. Show you MACD also big way. Clearly crossover has happened and it has crossover at the zero line. Crossed over at the zero line means huge selling is expected in Amazon. So if you're holding Amazon, don't become an investor now. I will not like you to become an investor. I would rather cut your losses and buy them at about 83, 85, which are monthly and weekly supports. I would always recommend for Amazon now to cut your losses and buy them back at 83, 85. That is my suggestion on Amazon. Kamal, you want to share something?
Yes, sir. I just added the additional stop request, Microsoft Shop, Cisco, and Google.
Then you don't add it over there. You let me know. I don't read the messages. You know that I'm very bad at reading.
Microsoft, I'm eyeing the gap down, which could get filled on day chart.
This is the monthly chart of Microsoft. This is a support level, 200. Monthly support is at 200. Two red soldiers. Oh, sorry, two black crows. Third doji. It could come down on a monthly chart. Why? Support and curving down. MACD clear crossover down. No chance of reversal. CCI has now turned flattish, but stochastic has a long way before it can reverse on a monthly chart. So this doji on a monthly chart has actually wiped out the entire gains of last month. Actually wiped out the entire gains of last month and almost closed near the low of last month. Currently near the low of last month. Low of last month was at 232.73. You are just $3 away from the low of last month. Monthly candle. Take the weekly one. This is weekly. The last candle, bearish engulfing and double-sided wicks. So the week low here on 10th of October was 219.13. If that holds, only then you can expect it to take a slight support here, 219.13. And if you look at that, that low is also a resistance over here. 222 is a resistance over here. And that is exactly where this week's candle has taken a support. The low was 225. We were looking at 223, 224. The weekly chart is talking of a crossover, but very far from the zero line. So expect a dip Monday, Tuesday, as we were saying in NASDAQ also, but your buying levels will be 223, 225 with a very small stop loss. If you're buying at 225, your stop loss is 219 or 218. This is on the weekly levels. Let's take the day chart. Now, as Kamala was talking about, the day chart, bullish engulfing Baru Bazu, crossover seen. This gap is running to get filled in. So your first target over here will be this support trend level at 243, which is about $8 away. Clear? Number one. Number two, something which is important is MACD has turned flat and histograms have started reducing, but this is just the first two. So wait for this to give you a proper exposure. Right? CCI turned up, stochastic not yet, and stochastic is at a very, very low level of 38 and 56. So chances on stochastic crossover still weak, but let's wait and see. Volumes are low. Microsoft day chart volumes are low as compared to this selling volume, not yet there. So I wouldn't say rush to buy, but if you were to buy it around this level, 230 or 229, with a stop loss of low of this, which is 225.78. So stop loss of 225. So a $10 stop loss, buy at around, sorry, buy at around 230 with a stop loss of about 225, a $5 stop loss. First target, if you're buying at 230, first target would be 242, which is a $12 profit. A $12 profit is approximately about 5% profit. Second, this super trend flattening and this super trend flattening is at almost similar levels. So 252 or 253 is your next target. This target over here will help you to fill this gap halfway. The next target will fill the gap completely. So 242, 246, and 252 or 253. Three targets. Higher you want to go, 258. Minute it touches 258, I would now ask you to start trailing your stop losses because this gap requires to get filled in also. So 265 to 66. Microsoft day chart buying at 230 levels, which is the open of this Marubazu candle, this red candle, and almost mid half of current green Marubazu. Stop loss 225, which is lower than this candle formed on Thursday, and targets at 242, which is 5% profit. 242 is the first one. Then you can look at 247, 240, 250, and then 252, 253. Thereafter, 258, and then straight this level, 270. That's the way it's going to be Microsoft. Kamal, just see if this is a TSX. So this is not
No, sir, I found the TSX code.
Yeah, please
It
tell me,
is
Gaurav.
it is GSP Gamma Sam Papa
Gamma Sam Papa
TSE.
TS
E.
E.
Yeah.
We must remember this now.
Sure, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Gaurav. That was very helpful for you. All right. This is a day chart. Why are we watching day? Let's watch month, week, and day. Bullish engulfing monthly with a kind
Yeah.
of hammer, with a kind of hammer, right? This support has now been broken. So now 18,750 or 18,700 should act like a support for you now. This should now, this was earlier a resistance coming down. It will now act like a support when you start climbing from here. So 18,700 will act like a support in the near future. Right now, volumes down, super trend monthly curving down, not yet flattened. 20 moving average climbing, which is good. 34 moving average giving support, which is also good. MACD histograms reducing in size, good. However, MACD signal line and MACD line crossover not yet seen. Just that the blue line is turned flat. So after flat turning, it is expected to climb up if expected. CCI definitely has flattened and curved up. Stochastic is on the verge of a crossover also happening. Now, good thing on TSX, monthly chart. If this crossover happens, this crossover will most probably happen around the zero line or above the zero line, which is a very strong indicator. If it happens around the zero line or above the zero line, it's a strong indicator of big momentum to come. Momentum to come is also clearly seen because this is your upper target, lifetime high, 22,000.
Mm.
You're currently at only 19. You're still 2,500 points away from your lifetime high, which can be a big run.
Right.
And if this crossover happens above zero, your lifetime high will get taken out.
Mm.
It will get taken out. Yeah, monthly. Week. What does the week say? Week that was and the week that will be. Doji week, gravestone, doji, two white soldiers.
Both Marabul
Both Maru
almost.
Masu. Also, 8 moving average curving up. 200-day weekly moving average given a support. It did not
Right.
let it break. Look at MACD crossover has already happened over here.
Mm.
But
Correct.
what did I say? This has to come up and within the first 3 candles, histogram candles, which it will look difficult unless it takes in volume. So weekly chart, clear. Flattish market will pull towards it. Flattish market is already pulling towards it. So your first target, 20,200, which is about 800 points or 700 points from here. But this is weak, so expect that in the month of November only. Either November or by mid-December. That means before Christmas. 20,200 before Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah, fair enough. Next
Yeah.
target, 20,500. This green super trend levels, 20,600, 500, 600 are very close. So get ready for, if this breaks, this will easily break. If this breaks, if this gets touched 20,200, your gap over here, which has already been filled in over here, will get conclusively be filled in and taken out. So that is why this 20,200 breaking will immediately open up the gates for 20,600 and thereafter 21,600. So
Right, sir.
weekly candles looking strong, but I'm waiting for the next week candle to break out, because if this breakout happens of 8 and 20, it's a kind of a golden crossover on a smaller time frame. Then they should really break out. Right? Let's look at it on a daily chart. Support trend turning bullish. Look at the V shape rise and look at that rise over here. Then turning flat. Why it turned flat? Because it is nearing the upper Bollinger Band. Right? It is nearing the upper Bollinger Band. And if you look at it carefully, this super trend flattening is close by. 19,575, 100 points away. This support and flattening and this support and flattening are almost simultaneously. 19,650, 19,570. This breaking, 19,650 breaking, which is about 200 points away. The upper targets are 19,800 and this target. Now, this target becomes important because you are at this level currently. This gap requires to get filled in. This gap requires to get filled in.
Right.
So 19,900, that's another about 400 points from now, is a site you can watch in the coming month itself. In the coming month itself. Why do we say that? Again, watch indicators. Crossover happened here. No chance of any reversal in crossover. CCI has taken a dip because it went into the overbought zone, but it will again climb back. Stochastic is at 92 and 89, still going strong, which is why MACD is not yet turning down. Day chart, 20 moving average, the golden line curving up. 8 cross 20 day chart, 8 crossed 34 day chart, 20 on the verge of crossing 34. It is still far away, but it will cross. My expectation is it will cross either this week or early next week. If that happens, super trend will again start climbing up. Clear, Gaurav?
Yes, sir.
Anything else required?
No, sir. The only thing that I had on my chart was that there's a monthly resistance at 19,745.
19,745.
Yeah. So, but with the momentum that this has, there's a chance it might shatter it.
Yes, around 19. Well, these two levels have been tested twice. 19,655 and then the VIX. No, 19,745 monthly resistance.
Right, sir. I have it from January 2022,
All right.
December 21.
These two wicks over here, high wicks over here, are very clearly wicks which have tested this resistance for 2 consecutive months. This hammer or an engulfing hammer, I expect the wicks to be taken out. So
Okay.
I'm expecting 20,000 to be taken out in the month of November, definitely.
Okay.
I'm expecting it in the month of November, December, definitely. November or latest before Christmas, this should get taken out.
Fair enough.
All right. My only thing is because of CCI giving me a curvature and MACD signal line flattening. If this continues, which we'll see it in next week again, then you will realize where is it going to cut out, break out and crossover. And on a monthly crossover above zero or just around zero, this will be a big rally up.
Right. Makes sense.
Right.
Thanks, sir.
Lovely. Anybody else? Any thoughts? Any stocks you want me to analyze? Kaval, anything else which you have in mind? You asked for what? Shopify, if I'm not mistaken? All right, Shop, CSGO and Google. Lovely. Let's check that out. Shop. Of course, I think if I'm not mistaken, I was reading somewhere or so on the group only. Somebody talked about suddenly it turned bullish.
So 17% in a day.
Yes, but why so?
I think it was the results that day. I don't track it, but I think it was results.
Our support line was already drawn last week. And it has honored the support line. The low was 2363 monthly chart. Our support was already drawn at 2278, honored till last week. Monthly, it is giving me a bullish engulfing hammer. I'm not going to dispute that. Possibly, if you look at it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months consolidation phase happening and a monthly support taking place over here. Right? If this crossover does happen, which is expected to happen, it is far below the zero line. So your target over here will be only 41 or 42, upper target 47. Upper target 47. Stochastic, it is at rock bottom of 2 monthly chart, so I really don't want to comment on that. Weekly chart. 2 green weeks, volumes coming in. Crisscross, 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 crisscross. One more crossover happens over here, but still yet to climb. CCI at 0 levels, flattish. Stochastic crossover has happened. There again, first target 38, 39. First target 38, 39. After a huge jump like this, I don't know what to expect. Next target over here at 48. At 38, 39 or 40 upper limit, and the squeeze in the Bollinger Band will throw it down back again. Trying to open it up. No. Both the Bollinger Bands are turning flat. So I don't expect it to move beyond this levels. So an upper target of 41.25 only. That's another 7 more points. If you get it, good enough. But this is US dollars and this is US market. Let's check the day chart. Day chart, of course, last day has been beautifully done up. This was Thursday, 27th October. Friday, 28th October. Thursday high, 34.60. Friday high, 34.78. Closure at 34.19. What does that tell you? Gaurav, day chart, what's it telling you? This is your support trend resistance here, flattening over here. You're getting your resistance level at 34.70.
So resistance, it's
At
taking resistance.
34.70 and 34.60 here and 34.78 here. If 34.70 or 35 gets taken out on a closing basis, then expect up move to come to this level of 39. And 39 is a very strong resistance on a support trend. Why? 1, 2, and 3. If 39 gets taken out, then of course, this is your target 42. But I am not expecting that to happen. Big volumes on Thursday, Friday volumes down again. So Shopify, it's already reached our first target has been reached. Now it has to breach this price of 35, break out above 35, first target 39, 39.40, first target, and then 42 on 43, 42 actually. So 39 and 42, next two targets on Shopify. Provided it breaks conclusively above 34.90 or 35. Yeah. Provided it breaks conclusively on closing basis above 34.90 and 35, only then go for this target of 39 and 42. Right? We had the other ones which we had discussed. Google, oh sorry, Google and CSEO. Google, Alphabet. Two black crows, Doji closing near the close of previous month. It did try to give you up. MACD bearish signal still on, no chance of reversal yet. CCI flattening, stochastic far away, no chance of reversal yet as of yet. But this is monthly chart. On this month, 82 monthly support or 72, which is still far away, still $20 away. So 82, 85, I would like to nibble to buy it. Why is that? Because that will be also my 65-day moving average support. And these 3 months have seen the resistance at these levels at 81. So I'll buy it at 85, small stop loss of 80 and try to take it for the upper targets. Well, this is monthly chart, not yet advisable because 8 and 20 crossing down on monthly. Let's check
Sir,
them
on the monthly chart, a very interesting thing also is that last candle is kind of a doji taken resistance from the I think it's 34
34,
moving average and
34 moving average.
taken support from the lower Bollinger.
Lower Bollinger Band, yes. But support trend down,
Correct.
820 crossover negative, 34 resistance levels being maintained, which is the same as these two candle resistance, monthly resistance. See that?
Right.
And it gave a bottom down as good as gravestone. Had this been over here, it would have been a
Right.
pure gravestone doji. But this is straight, still a tweezer down, a tweezer kind of a doji down, and close to the close of the previous month.
Yes.
Very close to the close of the previous month close at 96.15. This month you're already at 96.58. So 15 is just 40 cents away, which can happen on Monday also. The Monday is your monthly closing. Your monthly, these are all monthly candles.
Right.
So if this closes below 96.15, let's say closes even 96, the trend will continue down.
Right.
Right? Let's see what we can expect on Monday. Let's see the weekly chart first. Weekly chart, 4 weeks, one week has almost brought you down to the open of this month. One candle, this was the open of the month, 3rd of October,
Right.
right? One candle has brought you close to the open of the month.
This was due to earnings.
How about full month? This is weekly charts. That means the earnings were bad. And the forward policy, forward thinking is still also not positive. And followed with a huge volume. Look at the volume, 215 million in just 1 week. Look at your stochastic, look at your CCI, look at your MACD, all down.
And so 200 moving average has entered the Bollinger Band also.
Bollinger Band, and it had touched the Bollinger, touched this on a weekly chart.
Yes.
That's all the more dangerous. That means the
And the
200-day weekly is being tested. You're talking about a 4-year low. A 4-year low is being tested. A 4-year average is being tested. Bad earnings on Wednesday, Thursday continuation, recovery on Friday. And if you look at it, this is the low for the day, 91.90 for the week. Now look at your MACD. Any chances of curving up or crossover happening? This is the yellow line and this is a blue line. 0.4 and 0.8. There is still miles to go before this recovers. So even if you saw the green candle here, don't be very happy. Because
Yes,
this green candle, yes, Kamal,
I already got a call
you want a
yesterday.
call. So in that case, now
And
let's understand your psychology of as a day trader. If you want a call looking at this candle, this
so,
candle close to the open of Wednesday.
yeah,
Close to the
with
open of Wednesday, you are expecting this gap to get filled in at 98.
yes,
Right?
exactly.
So don't hold this for very long. 98 is also the high of this Wednesday call. 98.54 is also the high. Around 98.20 or 98, I would say close that long trade of yours or trail your stop loss very strongly. But after 98, your next level will be over here, 102 and then 103.35.
Yes, sir. I also had a similar analysis. That gap down and super trend flattening at 103 was the reason of buying a call.
But this gap has to be filled in. This has already been filled in partially.
Yeah. So the gap between Tuesday and
25th,
Wednesday.
25th of October
Yeah.
and 26th of October, this gap has to get filled in, which is almost the full Bollinger Band. It closed over here at the top of the Bollinger Band on 25th of October. It opened almost at the low of the Bollinger Band at 96. That's a huge gap to get filled in. And this is Google.
Yeah. So strike of 100 is what I chose.
Yeah. You're taking strike of 100 and expiry.
4 weeks away.
No, then this time. Then it'll give you an opportunity once or twice at least. I mean, I'm looking at it this way. Assumingly, if the war now starts dithering away or becoming weak, warmongering, war stories start coming less, this could move up on that sentiment. But I don't know. I don't see anything else happening. So I would look at this as target of 98. It touches 98.50 in your spot. You will be in good profit. Get out. Let's check your
Yes, sir.
weekly. Let's see your weekly support. Or you're expecting this to be touching the weekly levels high of this week also, 105, 104. Because this week, this is the week which is the resistance over here, 102, 103, which has been touched on 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks.
Yeah, even this week's high is also fine.
Yes,
Even
this
if
week high also high. This week my high is 105. I'm looking at 103, 102, 103.
Right.
Right? All right. So the last stock which you had discussed, you told me was CSCO, am I right?
CSCO Cisco.
Bullish engulfing, hammer, getting ready at this super trend resistance almost touched. Histograms turned almost flat, going to a zero line. CCI going up. Stochastic crossover has just happened. Yes, stochastic crossover just happened in this month itself, monthly chart. Right? If you are taking a trade, I'll give you targets. I won't give you entry price, I'll give you targets. Or if you want entry price, 50% of the Marubazu candle, that is somewhere over here. You will enter at about 42 with the low of this at 38 as a stop loss. Enter at 42 with 38 as a stop loss. Targets, this is already around the corner, which is already done. First target will be your 34 moving average, which is 46.50 or 47. First target 47.48. Next target 49.50. Then comes in over here at 52. Higher targets 56. And then of course your super trend level above 57. These are monthly charts. So long way to go. Week. Strong Marubazu weekly candles at your super trend resistance level of 46. Crossover on weekly chart is clearly seen. Stochastic crossover also done. CCI has turned positive. Look for if you have somebody entered the trade, your first target will be a 200-day moving average or at 49, which is the $10, 10% away from it at the current market price. I still stick to my price, 42 or 42.50 or the mid Bollinger Band is where you're going to buy it at. And the low of this week, which is 42.90. So you can keep the low of the week at 42 as your stop loss.
Stop loss.
The low is 42.90. I'm giving 42 as my stop loss, buying it at 42.50, 43. This levels. Week chart, weekly chart, sorry, not week, not a week chart, but a weekly chart. Day, exhaustion, and again, fresh rally, fresh impetus on the upper Bollinger Band. Volumes decent, being maintained on the growth. Crossover happened here, entered here, and shown you the growth here. Now, on this week chart, this gap, daily chart, this gap requires to get filled in. So that means over here, your first target is the high of this candle, 46.50, which is not very far. It is just $1 away. After that, all the way to your 200-day moving average, 48, and then you can have an uptrend. Then start trailing your stop losses. So this gap down, no, this has been filled. Sorry, this has been filled. Now here on a day chart, look at a super trend turning, climbing, a 75-degree angle, flattening, a 60-degree angle. So this flattening happened, consolidation, and a 60-degree turn, further uptick. Upper Bollinger Band expanding, lower Bollinger Band flattening. Upper Bollinger Band expanding, lower Bollinger Band flattening. Day chart. Mid Bollinger Band climbing. Mid Bollinger 20 is about to cross over 34. 8 is about to cross 65. 8 about to cross 65. Clear, guys? Any questions now? Oh, 1 second. Baroda Rayon is Ashiki is. Let me check that. That is an Indian stock. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Baroda Rayon. You'll have to give me the code. Let me just check. Let's say,
Yeah, I have mentioned the code. baroda.ry.bu. Yeah.
Oh, that's on BSE. Oh God.
Yes, sir.
Highly illiquid stock, if I tell me, if you ask me. I know about this company also. So Ashiki, I would recommend you to be very careful with the stock. It's an operator driven stock, so be very careful. If you look at your technicals, yes, it's turned positive, but look at the volume, look at the fall, and 1 month volume alone was just 70,000. So it's a very illiquid stock. I would not suggest you enter this trade at all. However, if you have already entered the trade, I don't know your buying price. Your first target should be over here at 263 or next target at 297. It's a highly illiquid stock. Keep that in mind. There is not much volume at all. You look at the volume right from August 22. You're watching a day chart. Less than 2,000 quantity. That means if I buy it today, let's say you buy only 500. Do you think you can sell 500 shares the next day?
No.
You'll find it very difficult. Why? Because even if I buy 500 shares or sell 500 shares, I am 1/3 or 1/5 of the market selling. So who's going to buy it from me? Over here, your volume now is 70,000. What was the volume previously? 1,515 shares. What is the volume on Friday? 42,000. From 70,000, it dropped to 40,000. 30,000 drop in volume. Volume on this date, 24th of October, 1,470. So even if I pick up 100 shares or pick up 500 shares, I am 30% of the market I have bought. Now, over here, who could have bought this? It's an operator driven stock. Either the promoters are buying this steadily up and trying to push up. Now, one very good thing over here, if you look very carefully, the buying and the price on a daily chart is 118 on this date, random date. Next day, it moved to 124, 5% up. It is giving you a 5% circuit. When it gives you a 5% circuit up every day, and suddenly you get this, don't expect this to give you 5% up every day. It will not. This is a clear operator driven stock. I will never suggest anyone entering this here over here. Who has sold over here? It's a 5% drop also every day. Look at this, 297 and 253. 297, 253 the next day, or 282, sorry, 282. 5% drops.
So the circuits will never give you a time to either
Yes.
enter or exit the stock at your will.
Exactly. Exactly. So anybody
You will
who,
enter when the operator wants you to, and you will exit when the operator wants you to.
yes, so you can only buy at 5% above and wait for the next 5% to come to liquidate your profit. So if I was trading this stock, I would buy this at the low of this level at 229. I would keep buying at 229, or if I'm really very gutsy, at 241. Why is that? At 241, if I get 5% or 10% up move, I take my profit and get out. That means if I'm buying, I will always have to buy at the circuit levels. And all those people who bought over here are selling over here. Look at this. This is a day chart. This is not even a weekly chart or a monthly chart. This is a day chart. Look at the volume over here. 77,000 people have sold. Who sold over here? All those people who bought over there. And then they started bringing it down. They sold it in decent quantity. 77,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 1,700. Now you're selling stops, quantum stops, 2,500, 1,400, 1,500. Now what are they saying? Oh, see how we rallied. We will again rally up. No, we will not. At least I will not recommend you to buy this stock. I'm sorry, but I will not recommend you to buy this stock. So Ashiki, I'm sorry. That is my judgment. Otherwise, it's your capital, your money, your risk, your profits. That's most important, your profits.
So can we look at NDAQ?
NDAQ.
So we discussed this last week as well. I closed my positions on this one and I entered fresh.
Congratulations on your profits.
Good money.
Thanks, Kamal.
So when you had bought it somewhere around here, if I'm seeing at 56, around 56.
Correct, sir.
Right? If I remember right. And you exited at what
Yes, sir.
price?
Sir, I exited around
Support trend levels.
this one I think I exited I took two entries. I exited first around 57 or 57.5. Then I re-entered and I exited at 60, 61. I re-entered at 60 and then I exited at 61.
Perfect entry to end. Perfect time to exit. This is a day chart.
Right, and now I'm in at 62.2.
You are currently holding it?
Yes, I took a fresh entry at 62.2.
62.2. Now, here, Gaurav, look at the technicals.
Mm-hmm.
Crossover on MACD
Right.
on 21st of October.
Mm-hmm.
Within your MACD in the first three histograms. The orange line within the MACD in the first 4 histograms after the crossover.
Mm-hmm.
Right? CCI turning flat on the curve. This last candle, green Marubazu bullish, very bullish candle.
Correct.
Now, this gap, let me try and lower it down and bring it down to you.
Yes, so that's the one I'm eyeing.
This gap has to get filled in. And where are you currently? You are at middle of the red Marubazu red candle. Your
Right.
closing is at the middle of the candle. So this gap, 63.50, has to get filled in. So your $2 profit is assured. After that, your next target is 64.25 or 64.30 or 64.50. That's your target.
Right.
Now you are holding an option or you're holding stock.
The stock, sir.
So then I would say trail your stop for a target of 64.50. But this will get filled in at 63.40. Then next target is 64.25 and then 64.70, 64.50.
Right, sir.
Right? MACD signals are favorable. CCI is flattening, will curve up. Super trend has definitely given you a curving and it is not yet turned flat, so it is still going to climb. Fourthly, 8 moving average crossing 20, crossing 34 is very strong momentum on the upside. 20 about to cross 34 will add momentous into this upward move. Stochastic is at 90 and 87 at a very high zone. So if this momentum continues, this can go further up.
Yes, sir.
Right? So good pick.
Thank you.
Welcome. Anybody else? Any more things to be discussed?
Sir, I had one more TRI.
TRI.
TRI dot. It would be on TO. So.
Gaurav, you always wait for me to stop sharing and then you always TRI.
The good thing about Gaurav is that he shares his analysis.
Yes. TRI.to.
Yeah. Correct.
Or is it just TRI?
The TRI.to.
Reuters.
Yes, the Thomson Reuters.
Canadian branch.
Yep.
Well. This is a beautiful chart. 200-day moving average below the lower Bollinger Band. Super trend on a day trend has just turned bullish. Your trend reversal has taken place. First resistance, first target 147.25, 147.50. Next 148.75. And then this resistance, daily resistance 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 at 150, 151. This is the day chart.
Right.
Right? Holding? Are you holding it?
Nice, sir. I'm looking for an entry next week.
Oh, looking for entry for next week.
Yeah. So I tend to be a weekend trader. I do analysis on the weekend and look for entries on the week. So I hold positions for at least a week, or if I get my profits
Hmm.
earlier. So
What percentage profit are you expecting before I give you the trade?
sir, I am looking at about close to $2.5 to $3.
$3. All right, that's almost about what 2%.
Right.
All right, good. Weekly chart, Marubazu, 140 to 146. So 143 should be your entry price.
Okay.
142.50, 143 should be entry price, which it should give you a dip. The wick should give you a chance if you place your orders at 142.75, 143. That should
Okay.
be a buying price, right? 149. So not $3. It will give you almost about $6.
Okay.
At if you enter at 143, exit at 149, it gives you $6.
Sense.
And super trend level at 151 is definitely your last target.
That's
151, 153, 153, and this target of 156. Right?
right, sir.
Weekly Marubazu, very strong. So just I would suggest feed in your orders at about 142.80 and keep it in the system. And your stop
Okay.
loss will be at 139.80. $3 stop loss, $6 profit. Risk reward 1:2. At least 1:2. If not, you can also go to 151 or 151.30 and then 152, 153, and then 156. But if you're a
Right.
if you're a swing trader at 142, actually yes, 142.80, 142 will be a good buying price.
Right. Sir.
Yeah.
Yes. Sir.
Anybody else? Any more stocks you want me to discuss?
Sir, I have one more, but stop share
Bolo,
करोगे
bolo, bolo,
तो
bolo, bolo, bolo. Ask,
It's
ask,
a
ask.
HXT.
Huh?
HXT. It's an
HXD.
XT. T. T for
T.
tomato. Yep.
HXD.
The first one.
Horizons.
Yes. Sir. Yes, sir. So this is a ETF.
Canadian ETFs. Gaurav, I must ask you to take a session on how do you pick up your stocks. To be honest, quite impressed. Kamal, just remind us to ask Gaurav, he has to take a session. How does he identify stocks? It's a must.
Yes, sir. This is
So
index
kudos to you.
following top 60 TSX stocks.
No, but then all the stocks, if you look at it, are on reversal and they are picked up well on time.
Yes.
Crossover, CCI curved up, stochastic curved up, weekly chart, two white soldiers, doji formed on the support, curving up. First target, weekly target is 49. $50.50 and then 52 and then somewhere over here at 53. Advantages, MACD crossover is there and 8 about to cross 20,
Right.
right?
And 1034 have crossed over, I think, already.
Yes. And the lower Bollinger Band is curving up. Lower Bollinger Band is curving
Band
up.
is
So
coming.
there is going to be a squeeze from down. So automatically this has to move up. You see this happening? Fall, flattening, flattening, and then squeeze up.
Right.
So this will shoot out. Typical water flow into the pipe. I'm pressing the bottom down, not allowing you to fall further. You will have to shoot up. So get ready. Day charts. The weekly will tell you clearly it's a very long 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost 1.5 weeks. And look at this 75-degree angle. Flattening and again an impetus. Crossover, no chance of crossing over, volume going down. But everything else indicators are at very good positions. Here, this gap has to get filled in.
Right. Yeah, I'm holding this on my TFSA account, but I was just thinking that probably there might be some opportunities for quick trades as well. So
And the quick trades could be there, but then this gravestone doji suddenly gives me a bad feeling. But
okay,
otherwise, the next day
a
it gives me
Marubushi,
a
yeah.
reversal of this gravestone doji.
Hmm.
Right? So this gravestone sadly gave me that a slight uncanny feeling, but because it is above all of them and it is at this resistance of red super trend over here, past super trend here,
Mm-hmm.
this is the first target on a day chart 4830.
Mm-hmm.
And if 4830 gets taken out, your 4830 is over here, which is
Mm-hmm.
the gap at the lower end of the gap. If 4830 gets taken out, 4870 or 49, and then this level 49, and then back over here. Again, at 49.45, this gap has to get filled in. This gap has not yet been filled in. Right? The low was 49.36. The high here was 49.20. This gap also has to get filled in. So you can very comfortably expect targets of up to 49.50 comfortably. 49.45 to be on a very comfortable zone. Day chart.
Right. So, sir, if I had to take one out of this or the TI, I think probably we would lean more towards TRI, that being a
Yes.
more stronger setup.
Yes.
Okay.
That will be a more stronger setup. Though this is, if I have to buy this with a gun to my head, I'll buy it over here. 47,
Okay. 31.
47.30 with a very
Right.
clear stop loss of the 65 moving average.
Moving average.
47. Buy at 47.30, stop loss of either 47 or 46.75.
Right, sir.
Right?
Yep.
Lovely. Anybody else? Any more thoughts?
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, Vivek. I saw your hand. I've told you this every time. Don't just unmute. You are permitted to unmute and speak.
Sir, this is different on, people in Canada might be knowing this better. Like, is there a way like we can move the RESP, which I'm doing for my kids, from one agency to, say, for example, Wealthsimple, and buy stocks or ETFs on that? Can somebody who is anybody doing that, or can somebody advise on that?
So, Vivek, you are holding an RESP with some other agency and you want to move it to Wealthsimple?
Yeah, I want to move it to Wealthsimple and then see. This is for very long term. Like I'm talking
Yeah, I know
for my
RESP. Yeah.
kids, right? Like at least 15-20 years from now. So I could get some, good ETFs or some long-term stocks and then leave it there. So that's my thought. I don't know whether if any one of you guys are doing.
I don't know about the movement part, but I think one thing you need to consider is that Wealth Simple charges, they don't give you the flexibility to invest in stocks of your choice. They give you a managed portfolio. So they will do the investments and they will charge you 0.5%.
Mhm.
So just FYI, I have started looking for options for my kids RESP, and that's what I read on their website. And if likely you wouldn't fall in that category, but if you fall in the category where you are eligible for CLB, that's where they will charge you 0.4%. But otherwise,
Mhm.
they'll charge you point. No, they'll waive it off in that case if you are eligible for CLB. But
Okay.
normally they charge 0.5%. uh,
Okay.
Most of the providers, I think, charge wherever they manage the portfolio, they charge anything between 0.5 to 1.5%. Some might charge
Okay.
two.
Uh-huh.
So I have not been able to find any self-directed RESP so far. So I'm still looking out for that as well. So migration process, I don't know, but just want
Uh-huh.
you to be aware that there are going to be costs.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So that's the same thing. Like I was also looking for self-managed RESP, but I couldn't find. Maybe
Right.
Quest Trade might have it. I'm not sure, but I'll need to look into that.
Yes, and another option that you can explore is talk to Scotiabank,
Mhm.
because Scotiabank, I know they have that platform Scotia iTrade. Now,
Mhm.
for one of the elite categories where you maintain a minimum 5,000 balance with them or you pay them a monthly fee, they give you some perks out of which they give you 10 Scotia iTrade transactions free. So if you talk to them, they might, I think 10 transactions a year is good enough for our ESP. So that's where you can check if they are able to merge those two offers with your RESP.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, anybody wants to comment on that, feel free. I mean, I'm doing this research, so I just felt that I'll jump in.
Yeah, I am with something called Industry Alliance or something. I just started like long time back, even like in 2015 or something I started. But
Yeah.
I have to now seriously look into it.
Okay. And we can connect offline as well. I need some inputs as well. So yeah, I think we can connect.
Yeah, yeah, sure, 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 definitely.
Both of you are together in the same group, so you can always
Yep.
connect with each other. No urgencies. Yes, Kamal, over to you. If there's nothing else, I'm done. Unless you want me to take up your Indian stock exchange indices also.
No, sir, just this summary and then we can close it off.
But summary, if you ask me, Dow Jones looking good, TSX looking good, Nasdaq looking weak. But at the same time, I would look at it this way: that Nasdaq may move, being a tech-based index, may move with the broader markets, not at the same speed, which is what we saw last week also. Dow was remaining strong, Nasdaq was wavering, but trying to catch up with them steadily as we go ahead. Still, buy on markets, be selective on your stocks is what I would suggest. But buy on dips, maintain your stop losses, preserve your capital, most importantly, and keep booking small profits as they add to your wealth. Every small stop, every small profit added to your portfolio is going to enhance your ability to invest further or trade further. Every stop loss hit is going to deplete your capital by that amount. So even if small stop losses are hit, it's good, but there should be one or two big trades or big profits or at least small profits regularly coming in. That's my suggestion to all of you, right? Because
Sir,
markets
I
are
had a
very volatile. Yes,
question.
Saurabh.
Sir, on the market outlook as such, like, I primarily focus on the Canadian market. Uh, how much should I also look at, the USD Canada currency relationship? I keep that chart open with me all the time, and I recently saw, over the last 10, 15 days, the dollar lost and came down a bit, and it's taken some support and has just over the last 2 days started moving up. So, from an outlook perspective, how much weightage or consideration should I give to that from a market outlook perspective?
Well, it all depends, Gaurav, what are the stocks you're trading on? If you're trading on dollar sensitive, dollar value sensitive stocks, then that index becomes valuable.
Okay.
I have always talked about what I think US dollar is going, where it is going to go in the future. That I will be discussing last week also, and the week prior to that also. And I have also shared the reasons why what I am expecting of the dollar to happen in the next 4-5 years down the line. Right? Currently, if you look at it, the dollar is strengthening against a few currencies, losing out against some of them. So it's a volatile scenario. So be very careful whenever you're trading into a counter or a share which is dollar sensitive. Then that will affect its share value accordingly. Right? But if you're looking at, let's say, Canadian National Railway, CNR, or you're looking at anything which is Canada controlled, then it won't make much of a difference. Then whether the dollar is going haywire or not, it makes no difference to them because they are on their valuations.
Right.
They will be controlled over there. So valuations and currency are only important if you are trading on stocks which are going to get affected. Like when we are trading on Indian markets, for us, dollar valuation is important for foreign tech
For the
companies like
Infis and the
Infosys and
TCSs.
Wipros, and the TCS.
Yeah.
That is where minute the dollar becomes weak, they become they suddenly spike up.
Right.
Right. So that is where we look at. Or otherwise, there is one more correlation on the Indian market. Kamal, I'm sorry, I'm talking about Indian market over here, but it's important. Whenever the tech stocks fall down, the banking stocks will go up.
Correct.
Try and find a correlation where these things happen, and then use that information in your North American market. Where is this correlation happening? So I watch my tech index very carefully because I am trading Bank Nifty. So for me, Bank Nifty is important. So I look at what's happening in tech index. That gives me an indication what I can see something in future. Right. So that is just a way of, out of experience, I can tell you this is what I do. So you have to actually find these tricks happening in North American market also.
Right, sir.
Right. Lovely. Great.
Thank you, sir.
Most welcome.
With that, I would like to quickly touch upon the courses that we would have our next batches, although these are spread across November and December. For those interested in our stocks and crypto course, the next batch will be planning in about 2 weeks. And the options and futures course, although we have kept planned to do it during the year-end holidays, if there are interest, please feel free to enroll in the course so we can plan the actual dates for the options and futures course. Last year, we had a good experience with the stocks and crypto course where we could finish a batch within 10 days. Same is the intent for this options and futures course, which I believe most of our previous batch learners would be interested to take advantage of the futures. Those who have their full-time jobs during the day and would like for instrument which they can trade during their off hours, and for options for those who are doing active day trading or even active trading just during the week and would like to take advantage of options for not just stocks, ETFs, and as well as other indexes. So please feel free to enroll for these courses. Based on the count, we could also prepone some of these. As of now, the plan is to take advantage of the year-end holidays for those who are interested for the futures and options course. If there are any questions, please feel free to reach out to anyone in the GMT team. if you are on any of the GMT groups, you can ask clarifying questions on that as well. Or you are welcome to join our free analysis sessions over the weekend, and we could take your questions after the session as well. So with that, I would let everyone. Sorry, Vivek sir, are you saying something? Oh, you are
Sorry,
muting.
I just removed my spotlight. Nothing else.
Okay. Yeah. So with that, I'll wish everyone good luck for the upcoming week. The reversal that we have noticed on the indexes, hope it continues and everyone makes some good considerable profit. And we hope to grow together and see you all in the next session.
Thank you.